Just was really excited about the crowd tonight. Love the support from our students today. That's really special to see. I know having played here, to see the support that we're getting from the student body is awesome. So want to thank them for coming out on a Monday night at 8 p.m. I just love the effort of these girls and this team. It's a special group to coach, and I'm really proud of the poise they had tonight. I think one of the emphasis of our season has been resiliency and overcoming adversity. And, when you hear your head coach might not be there, that's not always the easiest situation, but our girls never flinched. And we just have tremendous faith in what they do. And like Pulliam said, they are a player-led team. They make our lives easy because of the way that they come in and compete and how bought in they are into what we do. So was just really, really grateful for the opportunity tonight. I'm really, really grateful for our administration, for Coach McEwen, for our staff, for having faith to put me in this position. And, Pulliam and Veronica make my life pretty easy. So it was a fun first game for me to coach, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity and the effort of these girls.
Coach, you guys scored 40 points in the paint tonight. Looked like your pregame speech was like that big emphasis, like you thought you could kind of attack their defense and get to the rim.
Yeah, I think that's an emphasis of ours every day. One of the biggest things we talked about was being able to attack them. We felt we could really push and transition and look to get some easy opportunities early. And I thought our guard play was tremendous. I think Veronica really opened things up with her aggression, trying to get to the rack. We're a better team when we can play inside-out basketball, for sure. So when you get those points in the paint, it just opens so much up for your players. And I was proud of just their attack mode from the tip.
Coach, do you know anything yet about Coach McEwen's potential status for Thursday? Or is it still...
Oh, yeah, he should be just fine. Yeah, he should be just fine for Thursday at Michigan.
And then defensively, they came out strong with the 9 points in the first couple minutes, and then you guys sort of buckled down after that. What was it just, McCutcheon hitting open looks, or was there something that you guys felt like you adjusted after those first few minutes to sort of slow things down for them?
I mean, Tara McCutcheon is an all-conference caliber player. I mean, she's a really talented kid, and I think when you come out and you see a kid like that come off hot off a bye week, she's well rested. It can make you get a little nervous, but I trust our kids in our defense, and they do too. And I think it was just about buckling down and making sure that we didn't give her open shots and open looks. I mean, those first 2 threes were 2 wide open looks. She's going to knock those down every time. So it was just an emphasis. And I think our girls getting settled coming off of a bye week and just kind of getting out there, getting their feet wet again. And they did a really good job locking down after those first couple of buckets.
Coach, you guys beat Michigan State by 28 in January. What were you prioritizing tonight to kind of achieve a similar result, which ended up happening? You guys won by 30.
Just sticking to what we do, really focusing on who we are and what we're about. I mean, Michigan State is really a great program. They're a great team. Coming off of a bye week, you can kind of get a little crazy thinking about what are they going to add? Are they going to come at us with different stuff? And the emphasis was just about us and what we wanted to execute to win. And we felt we had a great game plan the first time, so we weren't looking to change or adjust too much from that.
And something you guys do is not turn the ball over and force the other team to turn it over. I mean, I think you turned it over 4 times, and one of them was with a tenth of a second left, so really 3. Was this maybe the best all-around performance of the season tonight?
Looking at it, probably. I mean, I think our kids and I think one of the special things about watching our team is every game I feel like they're improving. I don't think we've kind of reached our peak at all. I think every game our kids are really focused. And again, I was impressed with the effort off the bye week, because coming off bye weeks can be a little dicey. They can be a little slow, a little lethargic. You haven't played in a while. Other than those first 2 threes, I think the energy was super high. So our kids are clicking on all cylinders. And like I said, we trust them. They have earned their stripes. They've played in tough situations. So just got to let them do what they do.
I heard someone over here saying this is the first time since 2000. Sorry to steal your stat, man. That you guys have won 10 games in conference play. I mean, clearly the Big Ten is still in titles, is still in reach. A home game in the NCAA tournament. I mean, these are all these things you think about that haven't been thought about around here in a long time. How do you keep that focus on a bye week, Michigan State? Now you turn to Michigan. How do you keep that singular focus?
Right. Well, I'm trying to think of how many conference wins we had with Nia and Maggie Lyon and the team we took to the tournament before. It was 9, you said? Okay. So, I just think the focus of this team is really one game at a time. We talk about Big Ten championships, and I think as we approach, that mark every game, the focus becomes more locked in into the next game, because when you get too far ahead of yourselves, that's when you kind of start slipping and falling. The emphasis has always been just focusing on what we do. And again, I can't credit these girls enough with their faith and their hard work and just their belief in what we want to accomplish. They're super locked in. They're super dialed in. And, one game at a time, we got to go to Ann Arbor and play in a tough environment there. That's going to be a dogfight, but I think our girls are ready to go.
Coach, first time you guys have played on a Monday in Big Ten and going into that Thursday game, especially in that environment in Ann Arbor. How much harder does that make things having that less time to prepare? Even though Michigan also has that similar cut down on time, how much tougher does it make things knowing you have, 30 hours less than you typically would for that Sunday, Thursday?
Yeah, I think that's a challenge, but at the same time, we're coming off of a game against Michigan not too long ago, so that makes it easier. And again, I just think our girls' mentality and their focus is really, really high right now. So, right now it's about your mental focus and what we're really focusing on. It's not as much about the physical. So I think we're going to be really dialed in and ready to go.
Before the game, you talked to Pulliam and said if you can get 30 tonight, it would mean a lot to make your job easier. She also crossed the 1,500-point barrier tonight with becoming the quickest in NU history to do that. What does having a scorer like Pulliam on your team add to the offense or just add to the team in general?
Number one, it makes your life a lot easier when you're asked to coach on the day of the game and you got to step up and have a big moment, right? And I think the great thing about Pulliam, too, is you can joke with her like that before the game, and she's just going to flash you a smile and be like, I got you. Pulliam is a special, special kid. I think what makes her so special is her mentality and her relentlessness. She obviously makes life a lot easier because she can go get you a bucket, but she's also every scout's biggest focus. So she opens up the floor for a lot of other players to execute what they do well. And I think you've seen that in kind of the growth of Abby Scheid and Abby Wolf. You're opening up opportunities for other players. And I think the thing about Pulliam that's really, really special is she's an unselfish kid. We ask her to do that every night. She's not out trying to get hers. That's what we ask her to do. But if Lindsay had 2 points and the rest of and her teammates had 30 and we won the game, Pulliam would be just as happy. She wants to win. She hates to lose, and that's what makes her a special kid.
Do you think she'll go down as one of the best players in this program's history?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think she's a really special kid. I'm just grateful to have a chance to coach her.
Yeah, 20 wins overall, 10 wins in conference. The chip on the shoulder mentality is something that's discussed a lot with this team, but now it seems like more of you're playing with a target on your back. With every team kind of out to get you and dethrone you from kind of that top tier Big Ten teams, what goes into preparation for each individual game?
Again, I think just really focusing on what we do. I am very proud of the way that our girls have handled that pressure. I think that they are very dialed in to us. Coach talks a lot about blocking out the noise, right? Not listening to those things going on around you and just focusing on who we are as a team. And I think our girls have done a tremendous job. And I think last year's experience really prepared them for these types of moments, right? When you go that deep into April and you're in tough environments, the travel schedule was crazy. Our kids were prepared, and I think that gave them a lot of confidence to be the one that's hunted.